In order to access network shares from an Apple Macintosh computer, you will need both a username and password to your file server and either the file server's IP address or its host name. On macOS, there are a number of ways that we can access our network share. However, the most reliable method is via the menu option in Finder. If from the menu bar of Finder, we select Go, and from the drop-down menu choose the option Connect to Server, we will be presented with a Connect to Server window. Now in the server address field, if we type smb://, then the IP address of our file server. When we press Connect, we're asked to connect as either a guest or a registered user. In the name and password fields, if we now enter a valid username and password for the network shares that we're looking to connect to, then so that we do not have to continually enter our user account credentials each time we try and access our network shares, before we click Connect, we're going to tick the option Remember this password in my keychain. When we select Connect, we are presented with a list of the network shares that our computer can see. If we highlight the network share that we wish to open, and then choose OK, a Finder window to our network share will appear. We can now create, copy, or delete files and folders from this network share. In order to close a connection to a network share, we will need to dismount it. This is done either by selecting the Eject button next to the network share in the sidebar of Finder, or by dragging and dropping the network icon on our desktop into the bin in our dock. Once again, if we select Go from the menu bar of Finder, and then click on Connect to Server, this time we're going to connect to our network share using the hostname of our file server. So while we need to keep smb://, we're going to delete the IP address and replace it with our file server's hostname. Now to speed up the process for accessing the network share that we just opened, if we add a / followed by the word public, when we click Connect, our network share will automatically open. Let's once again dismount our network share and take a look at how we can use Finder to browse for a network share. If from the dock we open a Finder window, in the sidebar, under the heading Locations, we will find an option called Network. If we select Network, a list of devices on our network will be displayed. From this list, if we open our file server, we should then see our network shares. However, as this method for connecting to network shares can often be very temperamental, if a list of network shares does not appear, if we select Connect As, and then enter our user account credentials for our file server, when we click Connect, our network shares will be listed and we can access those shares in the normal way. While the methods that we just mentioned are considered to be the default ways to connect to a network share, as using Finder to browse network shares can sometimes be temperamental, and because we do not find using Connect to Server to be very intuitive, we prefer to use a simple Apple script to make connecting to our network shares a lot easier. So if you fancy trying your hand at a bit of easy coding, why not take a look at our video on building an app that will allow you to connect to network shares on your home network.